Hey people of the century, Andrew Plays One here, and we're back! Hi, to energy on that. As you are all aware, Nostalgia 2 Affliction premieres in just a couple of days. With that being said, I have new viewers coming in every time. What is a Nostalgia 1? Can I be a Nostalgia 3? I will explain everything. So, here's what to expect. A Nostalgia 2 Affliction. The first film dealt with the positive definition of nostalgia. Now, we're here to focus on the darker side. Hence the name, Affliction, which means suffering. Now, why am I suffering in this film? This film deals with a lot of personal stuff. It is probably my most personal film of all time. Dealing with lines I actually said, motives that I had in my head, and so on. I write paragraphs, thinking everything is okay, just to feel something in my soul. Andrewverse is a series of films that interconnect with one another. Much like the MCU and the Monsterverse, these films are all connected together, and each film's events affects the next. Why did I decide to do this? One of the reasons why I want to be a filmmaker, and so I decided, hey, why not do a universe? It has a lot of potential, and I can finally not be alone. As expected, there are a few characters that you need to know, so I will explain them all. Normie, that's the creator. Normie right here is the main one we follow out through all the universes, and it's basically the closest person you'll ever get to meet. The last few films have him coming off of a war that shook the whole Andrewverse. He was fighting against the creator, someone who wanted to tear down the whole Andrewverse because his world was teared down.
You chose to accept this life. They burned everything I know. Doesn't give you an excuse to do the same.
His appearance is of a red mask with black in the middle of it. A very distinct design that separates him from the previous Andrewverse villain. Dark right here, the villain, and I mean villain because he's kind of got a complicated backstory, but I'll explain it. We all have our regret, and my regret is not stopping myself. To sum it up in short, he's Andrew from the future, but not the future Andrew thinks he is. His whole world was shattered and he became a former shadow of himself. It caused him to go back in time and prepare Andrew for the life he's going to live. But of course plans go wrong and things turn south very quick. However, he has made an act of redemption in the Andrewverse and everyone remembers him for that. However, legacy is in question, which is why the era we are in right now is the legacy era. How do you want to be remembered? And that's definitely something in question for Dark and for Andrew. Even though Dark is gone, he still has a big influence across the whole Andrewverse, even now. So if you want to watch Nostalgia 2, I have a warning. The quality isn't that great, if I'm going to be honest, compared to what I have now. Because I used to record with the iPad, but now I record with this camera. But that's just a warning, the quality isn't going to be what you expect. The quality right now is way better. Forbidden is a character that has existed in the Andrewverse. He himself is kind of a legacy character, as he carries the Forbidden Tree shirt. What is the Forbidden Tree? It consists of 4 films that basically still hold relevance to this day. A tree that was placed with a curse by Dark, and Andrew had to find out how to get rid of it. This character is basically good at the energy the Forbidden Tree creates. You can harness it. But in this film, he has an arc where he must unleash it to help Andrew out. This film is more on the personal side of things and less on the visual spectacle, so I'm preparing you guys for that. And the finale to this film is going to be very different from all the other films, so I'm just warning you right there as well. But we can't forget about the best exposition goat of all time. Cadet! This man has been very useful for the Andrewverse, providing maps, assistance, and moral support. In this film, he has a different look because the real reason is I don't have that jacket anymore. His character will be of great assistance to the film. I wouldn't say he has much of screen time as the other Andrews, but he's definitely of significance. And also I gotta explain one more character. Cementing a name for myself. Feels good. See, he is unnamed, but in this film, he will get a name. He's basically, I wouldn't really say he's the villain for this era, but he's definitely the character our protagonists are going up against. So in a way, he's the antagonist, but he's he's kind of a gray character, if you know what I'm saying. He's definitely more antagonistic in the film, but as the films go by in this Legacy era, you'll realize that he's more of a character than that. He basically knows how to get into people's minds, and that's definitely going to affect Andrew in this film. He's basically the reason Andrew has kind of turned up really down. In the Andrewverse documentary, you'll find out what he put Andrew to in this film. If you want me to go more into detail of what this film means to me, check out the live stream on Navin's channel. He has been a long-time supporter of this channel, and I highly suggest you go check that out in the timestamp. And I recommend you check out his other videos as well.
Yeah, and Forbidden Tree 4 and Infinite Andrews Part 2 were made from the heart with passion. Mind Game and Assaulted 2 Affliction were made from the heart with my pain.
Interesting.
In terms of my personal life inspiring this film, I've also created a playlist full of music that have inspired this journey of me creating this film. That will definitely be in the description below. In the following days before this releases, there will be a final trailer and kind of a behind the scenes. It's going to be an experimental behind the scenes kind of video, so stay tuned for that. And also, stay tuned for the film, which is coming out on April 24th, 2021, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there. And I think that's it. Bye, people of the century, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.